Welcome in, Irish fans. It is Wednesday, September 25th. We have Louisville come to town this weekend. It's going to be a rough one. Also going to be an exciting one. Louisville returned a bunch of tickets for the weekend. So if you're an Irish fan, that means this green out game ought to be a good game to get to. And please do. If you've heard any of the rumblings about how exciting the last two games have been from the Notre Dame fans, there's a lot of comments about, fans not really being excited about games. I got to say, I can't really blame them. We played two MAC teams in a row at home. That's not fun. Notre Dame needs to do something from the athletics department to keep us from doing this, and quite frankly, it doesn't benefit us. We just need to quit playing MAC teams altogether. If we lose or if we don't blow those teams out, everybody says Notre Dame's underrated, and if we win, it was expected. And if we do blow them out, it was expected. All right, I'm going to get on to Louisville here. Not a whole lot of basis for what to expect from this Louisville team going into this game. But what I will say, and what we have seen from this team, is that this team does a very good job of defending the run. They allowed only 98 yards against Georgia Tech last week. Georgia Tech's not exactly known for its strong passing game, but they did put up 300-plus passing yards against Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech scored 19. We certainly need to be concerned as a fan base, as a football team, about being able to put up yards through the air. It's not something that we've done well this season with our current starting quarterback. And if we don't put up yards through the air, our possibilities of winning this game go down immensely. Because you can bet Louisville has a fantastic rushing defense, and they're going to sell out on the run until Notre Dame can put one over the top on them. Well, we know how that worked out against NIU. So if the coaching staff has done anything this week, hopefully it's improving the passing game and getting some opportunities for players to get open when the defense is showing single high safeties 8 yards deep and man coverage and all of those things that we are likely to see in the first half at a minimum from Louisville. We need to force them to make adjustments as a program, as a team, as an offense. We need to force them to adjust to a passing game if we're going to open up the running game. And it's like I've already said, somebody has to cover Riley Leonard with him being in the game. That's a real threat. We saw it with his 50-yard touchdown run last week. They put Jeremiah Love in. Everybody's thinking, okay, the ball's going to Jeremiah Love. We've got to, we've got to sell out on the Jeremiah Love run to stop this. They did. They sold out on the Jeremiah Love run. Love absolutely decimated the linebacker that he had for a blocking assignment, and Leonard ran it for a touchdown. So we know that that's going to be part of the offense, but that cannot be the whole offense if we expect to get it done this week. Now, the defense is doing a lot of things well. I want to see the defense go out and, have some of the kind of like fire and passion and just do the things that they did against Texas A&M. That's going to be a requirement as well. This team is going to have to get fired up about a home game. And it's hard to get fired up when you don't play teams that are expected to be any good. It's hard to not hear from everybody else, oh, this is a MAC team. They're not going to be great, right? We're going to go practice some fundamentals. It's hard to not hear that from outside sources. So if they're hearing this week, 6.5 point favorite, it's a home game, you get 3 points just for being at home, so you're a 3.5 point favorite, this is going to be a close game. If we're not selling out on this is a good team, that is going to come up here and try to beat us, just like they did last year when we went down to play them, it's a mistake. It's a big mistake. Because this Louisville team is a team that, if you take them for granted, will beat any team in the country. And can beat anybody in the country. I'm just going to go straight into my score prediction here. I think the offense is we're going to struggle. This is going to be a difficult game for us from the offensive side of the ball. The defense is really going to have to step up, make some plays, force some turnovers, do some things that, frankly, we've done all season, and we're going to have to do them just as well or better. And you can bet that they've watched game film. Louisville's coaches watched the A&M game. They watched Mike Elko say, run the ball. They will do that. They will run the ball against us. They know that they're facing one of the best secondaries in the country. Probably the best overall secondary in the country. They're going to run the ball a lot. It's going to chew a lot of clock. It's going to make the game a little bit more of a low-scoring game. We're going to run the ball a lot. But we got to be able to get the ball over the top if we think for a second we're going to beat this team. Like I said, Georgia Tech, 300-plus passing yards, less than 100 rushing yards, put 19 points on the board. We're not Georgia Tech. We're better than Georgia Tech. But our identity is not Georgia Tech's identity either. And we have yet to have a game where we've had over 300 passing yards from our starting quarterback. It's going to be a problem. So that being said, score prediction. Don't think Notre Dame covers. 24-16. Yeah, that's right. I think we give up 7 and 2 field goals. And I think we have 3 touchdowns in a field goal. That's that's about how that's going to work out. Now I've been wrong a lot this season with what I think our offense can do, and I want to be proven wrong here. I want Notre Dame to cover. I would like to see 28 or 31 points on the board. I am very hesitant to have a lot of confidence in this offense. We know what our defense can do. We know what our defense can do well. Our defense should be shutting out some of these teams. And as long as our offense doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and as long as we don't give up a lot of points off of turnovers, that could really change the outcome of this game from what I'm predicting. Because I honestly believe that we give up 3 to 6 points off of turnovers. It's what we did against NIU. And we don't have a lot of reason to believe that our offense isn't going to turn the ball over based on 3 games that we've seen. We turned over the ball multiple times against NIU. We turned over the ball once against Miami, Ohio. The only team we didn't turn the ball over against was Purdue. And I don't know that that's a bad team. They were certainly not a prepared team. I think Purdue came in with the same mentality that we did going into NIU and said, oh, well, they just lost to a MAC team. They're not very good. We just beat a MAC team last week. So let's not get settled into this situation and feel comfortable. In fact, everybody ought to feel really stinking uncomfortable this week. And if you're coming to the game, I want you to get uncomfortable too. Stand up, get excited, get loud, help support our team. All right, that's all I got for this week. I love y'all. Keep looking up. Go Irish. Beat Cardinals.